Good afternoon, friends. Today is the 16th January, the 106th birth anniversary of late legend advocate Nani Palkhivala, an eminent and constitutional luminary. Today we are here to celebrate his 106th birthday. On that occasion, this particular corporate marathon we are doing from last 6 days, and today is the seventh session on the Nani Palkhivala, legendary Indian lawyer, and primarily remember for his monumental contribution in Indian constitution law by successfully arguing for the basic structure of doctrine in a landmark Kesavananda Bharati case. This doctrine establishes that the parliament's power is amend that constitute is not unlimited and cannot alter its fundamental feature, safeguarding Indian democracy and individuals' right. The advocacy of the constitutional morality, Palkiwala firmly believed that the constitutional morality was the essential and constitutional legality that public men must live in a code of rightness of the democracy to survive. Renowned orator and a public educator beyond the courtroom, Palkiwala was famous for his annual public speech discussing the union budget, which, which attracts massive crowds and help educate the public on economic and constitutional matters. Today we have Advocate Jayaprakash Somani, Supreme Court of India, more than 30 years of experience in legal field. He has written more than 65 plus books on different legal matters like civil, corporate, criminals, properties, matrimonial. Apart from that, for the AOR aspirants, they have 4 books which basically concentrate on the examination of the AOR. Over to you, sir, for the last lectures.
Thank you. Thank you, Manoj, for your kind introduction. Friends, today is the birth anniversary of my guru, late legend Nani Palkhivala. लेट तो दुनिया के लिए वो है, मेरे लिए नहीं है. In my ध्यान कर्म, he always guiding me. Regularly he is guiding me, even though he is not physically on this planet, but he is guiding. So friends, because of Nani Palkhivala, our democracy is intact. Otherwise, democracy will be ruined. Rulers have already tried to vanish the democracy and try to create a dictatorship. But due to the doctrine of basic structure, which takes place in the manthan of the Kesavananda Bharati case, and after that, even after the Kesavananda Bharati case, ruler at that time come with a review petition. Review petition is also dismissed. Then rulers in that time come with curative petition, that is also dismissed, and democracy intact. So they got the Padma Bhushan, but they have not yet got the Bharat Ratna award. And this is my ambition of my life to try to give the Bharat Ratna award to Nani Palkhivala by the central ministry in future. So we are creating movement of Nani Palkhivala National Law Club's life membership. If you support me in that movement, and if you are getting more and more life member, so that after getting 2 lakh life member in Nani Palkhivala National Law Club, then we'll start the signing and application movement to get the Bharat Ratna. Okay, on this auspicious day, I salute to Nani Palkhivala's all these great things, and I will elaborate you the Nani Palkhivala's contribution in Indian legal system in 3 different segments. So I have created 3 blocks. I will explain you each and every block. Before that, last year, I have taken the 7 days webinar series on Nani Palkhiwala's contribution, and in that series, I have given his argument skills, argument para, everything in detail. If you got time, just visit to our YouTube channel Jay Somani 64, or just type Jay Prakash Somani YouTube channel on YouTube, and you will get that. And go in playlist, you will find the Nani Palkiwala playlist, and in that you will find that last year lectures also, where I have given detailed different para of Nani Palkiwala's argument also in detail. So give me few seconds to share my screen. So first presentation, I have created 3 blocks for today's subject. See, this is the 7th days corporate law Mahotsav. On first day, we have already seen company law and SEBI Act in detail. Then on second day, we have seen RDDBFI Act and SARFAISI Act. And third day of corporate law Mahotsav, we have seen IBC code, CIRP process, liquidation process, fast track CIRP process, pre-pack CIRP process, everything we have seen in detail. Then on fourth day of corporate law Mahotsav, we have completed new labor law codes of India. All 4 labor law we have already discussed with important sections, some case laws like that. Not case laws of current labor law, but previous labor law, which is similar to this. So we have seen that case laws also. All these webinar, my each and every webinar is always with case laws, not only on law. Law is the theory and case law is its a practical application. So unless and until we study the case laws, we cannot comes to know how that law is practically applicable to the citizen. Then on fifth day, we have completed corporate matters handled by CCI, NCLT, and NCLAT. Competition Commission of India, National Company Law Tribunal, and National Company Law Appellate Tribunals. How these are 3 institutions are handling corporate matters, we have seen that. On 6th day, we have seen corporate matters handled in the Supreme Court. CCI matters, company law matter, and insolvency matter. We have completed this. Now, late legend Nani Palkhiwala's contribution in Indian legal system. So I have created these 3 blocks. The first, late legend Nani Palkhiwala's contribution in Indian legal system. So, late legend Nani A. Palkiwala, architect of Indian constitutionalism and tax jurisprudence. Some introduction part. Nani Ardeshir Palkiwala, 16th January 1920 was his birthday, and 11th December 2002 was his disappear day. Was one of India's greatest constitutional lawyer, an exceptional jurist, a powerful orator, and a moral voice of the nation. His advocacy before the Supreme Court of India fundamentally shaped the constitutional philosophy, basic structure doctrine, fiscal federalism, rule of law, and civil liberties in India. Dr. Palkiwala was not merely a lawyer, he was a constitutional conscience of India, whose arguments often determined the course of Indian democracy itself. Background and legal career of Nani Palkhivala. enrolled as an advocate of Bombay High Court. Later become senior advocate, Supreme Court of India. Serve as India's ambassador to United States. Vice Chairman, Tata Group. Authored ironic works, The Constitution of India, and another most important, most significant, and most popular book, We the People. Known for his annual budget speech at Brown Stadium, attended by thousands of people. If you type Nani Palkhiwala's lectures on YouTube, you will find his some original lectures also. Shooting may be not good at that properly, but you will hear his voice. His English is very simple English, very simple English. Not any difficult word, no, very simple English. So it is heart-touching English. Core areas of contribution. Constitutional law. In constitutional law, the protection of fundamental rights, defense of judicial independence, preservation of constitutional supremacy. Then 2, basic structure doctrine. It played a central role in evolving the doctrine that Parliament cannot destroy the Constitution's core features. 3, tax and fiscal jurisprudence. Established limits on arbitrary taxation. Basically, he was the tax lawyer, income tax lawyer. He was used to write books on income tax earlier. Then after some years, after becoming designated senior advocate, he regularly arguing cases in constitutional matters also. Defended taxpayers' right against excessive state power. Civil liberty and rule of law. Strong opponent of executive overreach, especially during the emergency, 1975 to 77. Landmark Supreme Court cases argued by Nani Palkhivala. 1. Kesavananda Bharati versus State of. Actually, we are pronouncing as a Kesavananda Bharati, but word is in record Kesavananda Bharati. Kesavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. This was 1973 case. AIR 1973 SC 1461. Largest constitutional bench in history, 13-judge bench. Issues: can Parliament amend? Can Parliament amend any part of the Constitution? Are fundamental rights amendable without limitation? Palkiwala's contribution: led arguments defending constitutional supremacy. Proposed that some features of the Constitution are inviolable. Judgment: introduced the basic structure doctrine. Parliament can amend the Constitution but cannot destroy its basic structure. In his argument in Kesavananda Bharati, he shows the 12 items which are the basic structure. In my last year's speech, you will get that. And in Kesavananda Bharati judgment also, you will get a more than 1,000 pages judgment was that. Impact of this judgment: saved Indian democracy from authoritarian amendment. Consider India's most important constitutional judgment. Second case, Golaknath versus State of Punjab, 1967. It is earlier case than Kesavananda Bharati. AIR 1967 SC 1643. Issues: can Parliament amend fundamental rights? Role: Palkiwala argued that fundamental rights are sacrosanct, emphasized natural law and constitutional morality. Judgment Parliament cannot amend fundamental rights, latter partially modified in Kesavananda. Importance laid groundwork for basic structure doctrine. So this case, Golaknath case, has worked as a groundwork for basic structure doctrine. And actually basic structure doctrine takes place in full flesh in Kesavananda Bharati in 1973. Then Minerva Mills Limited versus Union of India. Just give me few seconds. Yes. Minerva Mills Limited versus Union of India 1980. AIR 1980 SC 1789. Issues validity of the 42nd constitutional amendment. Balance between fundamental rights and directive principles. Palkiwala's role. Challenged clauses giving unlimited amending power to Parliament. Judgment. Judicial review and limited amending power are basic features. Struck down part of 42nd Amendment. Legacy. Restored constitutional balance post-emergency. This is a very great thing. Then fourth, Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan, 1975 case. AIR 1975 SC 2299. Issues validity of election of the Prime Minister. Constitutional amendment immunizing elections from judicial review. Contribution, defendant judicial review and democratic accountability. Judgment, judicial review and free and fair elections are basic structure. Invalidated election protecting amendment. 5. IC Golaknath, Sajjan Singh and Shankari Prasad series. These cases collectively form the foundation of constitutional amendment jurisprudence, with Palkiwala consistently defending constitutional limitations on Parliament. Bank nationalization case, that is R.C. Cooper versus Union of India, 1970. AIR 1970 SC 564. These are all leading cases. And you will find all these leading cases in my book in AOR, for AOR leading cases. You will find all these leading cases in that book also. 64 leading cases I have given. And latest last year, they have updated 22 more leading cases. So we are going to publish a book on that 22 leading cases also as early as possible, because work is in process now. So AIR 1970 SC 564 for R.C. Cooper case. Issues validity of bank nationalization, right to property and compensation. Role argued for economic freedom and rights, property rights. Judgment, government action struck down. Fundamental rights cannot be overridden by form or level. Then income tax and fiscal law cases. Dr. Palkiwala appeared hundreds of landmark tax cases, more than 500 reported judgment on his name, historical recorded in the name of Nani Palkhivala. So establishing principles such as substance over form, limits on retrospective taxation, protection against arbitrary fiscal measures. He is regarded as the father of Indian tax jurisprudence. Jurisprudential philosophy. Palkiwala believed Constitution is a living document. Democracy survives only with judicial courage. Liberty must be defended even against popular governments. The Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document, it is a vehicle of life. Very, very important line. Honors, I'm repeating that line again. The Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document, it is a vehicle of life. Honors and recognition. Nani Palkiwala, recognized as Padma Vibhushan 1998, India's second highest civilian award, and rewarded the courtroom Colossus. Annual Nani Palkhivala Memorial Lecture instituted. Legacy in Indian legal system. Guardian of constitutional morality, defender of judicial independence, architect of basic structure doctrine, voice of civil liberty during emergency, mentor and inspiration for generations of lawyers and judges. The Supreme Court's constitutional jurisprudence cannot be understood without Nani Palkhivala. Conclusion. Late Nani Palkhivala was not merely an advocate but a constitutional statesman. His arguments did not serve clients alone. They served the public of India. They serve Republic of India. His legacy continues to guide courts, landmarkers, lawmakers, and lawyers in preserving democracy, liberty, and rule of law. This is my first block on that. Second block, second block, Nani Palkiwala's argument in the India's landmark cases. So I have written blog on that also. Very soon I will publish this blog in next 1 month, because already we have published few blogs in last week, and we are in continuing the process. Our SEO manager, as per their strategy, they are releasing that. Nani Palkiwala's argument in India's landmark cases. How one advocate shaped the constitutional destiny of India. Nani Ardeshir Palkiwala was not just an advocate arguing cases. He was arguing for the soul of the Indian Constitution. His courtroom submission before the Supreme Court transformed constitutional interpretation, strengthened civil liberties, and restrained arbitrary state power. Unlike many lawyers, Palkiwala's arguments were deeply principle-based, rooted in comparative constitutional law, anchored in constitutional morality, delivered with unmatched clarity and precision. It is very important. Every lawyer, specifically senior designated lawyer, should note this point. Delivered with unmatched clarity and precision. Precision is very important. Our point we should mention in a very, very precise mode. So this 4 point, I want to repeat it again. Deeply principle based, rooted in comparative constitutional law, anchored in constitutional morality, and delivered with unmatched clarity and precision. Now, I'm elaborating his argument skill in Kesavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala, 1973. AIR 1973, SC 1461, 13 Judge Constitutional Bench. Core constitutional issue: does Parliament have unlimited power to amend the Constitution under Article 368? Palkiwala's central arguments. A. Constitution is a supreme, not Parliament. recently, in our recent judgment also, our Supreme Court tells it, no Supreme Court is superior, no Parliament is superior, and no administration is superior. Only Constitution is superior in our country. So Constitution is a supreme, not a Parliament. Palkiwala argued, Parliament is a creation of the Constitution. A creature cannot destroy its creature. क्या बात है? A creator cannot destroy its creator. Unlimited amending power would convert democracy into parliamentary absolutism. If Article 368 is unlimited, the Constitution is a plaything in the hands of the Parliament. B. Existence of an implied limitation. Very important point. He asserted that the Constitution has inherited limitations. Certain features are so fundamental that even Parliament cannot abrogate them. These included supremacy of the Constitution, republican and democratic form of government, separation of power, judicial review, and fundamental rights. C. Fundamental rights as a moral restraint. He argued that the fundamental rights are not state-given privileges. They are recognitions of pre-existing human liberties. Impact of his argument gave birth to the basic structure doctrine, preserved constitutional democracy, become the bedrock of Indian constitutional law. Second case, Golaknath versus State of Punjab, 1967. AIR 1967, SC 1643. Issue: can Parliament amend fundamental rights? Palkiwala's argument: A. Amendment equal to cross lawmaking. Article 13 prohibits laws violating fundamental rights. Constitutional amendment are law within Article 13. B. Natural law theory. He relied heavily on natural rights philosophy, US constitutional jurisprudence. Fundamental rights are not a gift from the state, but limitations upon the state. Very, very best line. Fundamental rights are not gift from the state, but limitations upon the state. Outcome of this case, Parliament cannot amend fundamental rights, latter nuance in Kesavananda. Set the stage of constitutional limitations doctrine. Third case, Minerva Mills Limited versus Union of India, 1980. AIR 1980, SC 1789. Issue: validity of the 42nd constitutional amendment, which gave Parliament unlimited amending power. Palkiwala's argument: A. Limited amending power is itself a basic feature. He argued Parliament cannot enlarge its own power. A clause granting unlimited power is self-destructive. Harmony between fundamental rights and DPSPS. Neither can destroy the other. Balance is a constitutional mandate. Judgment: clauses giving unlimited power struck down. Judicial review reaffirmed as a basic structure. Fourth case, Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan, 1975. AIR 1975, SC 2299. Issue: can the Prime Minister's election be placed beyond judicial scrutiny by constitutional amendment? Palkiwala's arguments: A. Free and fair elections are a basic structure. Democracy collapses without judicial oversight of elections. B. Rule of law above individuals. No person, however high, can be beyond law. Equality before law is meaningless if the ruler is above it. Outcome: election protecting amendment struck down, rule of law and judicial review reaffirmed. Fifth case, R.C. Cooper versus Union of India, 1970. AIR 1970, SC 564, bank nationalization case. Palkiwala's argument: A. Substance over form. Or form. State cannot escape fundamental right by labeling action as a policy. Interrelationship of rights. Article 14, 19, and 31 are not isolated. Any law affecting property must satisfy reasonableness. Impact: expanded scope of fundamental rights. Prevented arbitrary economic nationalization. 6. Sajjan Singh versus State of Rajasthan, 1965. AIR 1965, SC 845. Contribution: although the majority upheld Parliament's power, Palkiwala's argument introduced doubts about unrestricted amendment, influenced later dissented and future rulings. Justice Mudulkar's dissent, heavily influenced by Palkiwala, questioned whether India had a basic structure, foreshadowing Kesavananda. 7. Taxation and fiscal constitution cases. While not always constitutional benches, Palkiwala's argument in tax cases shaped limits on retrospective taxation, doctrine of reasonableness in fiscal laws. So any amendment in taxation should not be retrospective. It should be prospective. And doctrine of reasonable in fiscal laws. So reasonableness is very important in fiscal laws. Protection against arbitrary execution discretion. He consistently argued taxation power is not power of destroy. Taxation power is not power to destroy. Hallmark of Palkiwala's courtroom advocacy. Logical clarity, comparative constitutional references, US, UK, Canada, all these countries' constitutions he already elaborated in the argument. Moral authority without rhetoric, respectful but fearless challenge to state power. Judges frequently remark that his argument educated the bench. Enduring constitutional principles established through his arguments. Principle and case. Basic structure doctrine, Kesavananda Bharati. Limited, just I remembered, I have already compiled everything regarding the doctrines, Indian legal doctrines. And I will very soon, I will publish book on that also. That may be my 71 or 72nd book. So on the doctrine, on not only that book contain only the doctrine and its meaning, it will contain doctrine, its birth, that case, particular case, how it get birth, what is its effect, everything you will get there. That book will be very useful for law student also, for lawyer also, for judges also. Basic structure doctrine, Kesavananda Bharati case. Limited amending power, Minerva Mills. Judicial review, Indira Gandhi case. Supremacy of constitution, Kesavananda. Substance over form, R.C. Cooper. Natural right theory, Golaknath. Conclusion. Nani Palkhiwala's argument did not merely win cases, they preserved Indian democracy. not merely winning case. No, only they have own, not only own, but they preserve Indian democracy. At moment when constitutional survival was at stake, his voice became the voice of the constitution itself. Without Palkiwala, the constitution could have become amendable at will. Judicial review could have been extinguished. Fundamental right reduced to political privileges. His advocacy remained the gold standard of constitutional lawyering in India. Now, my last block, books by and on Nani Palkhivala. Books by Nani Palkhivala and books on Nani Palkhivala. These are works authored or edited by Palkiwala himself and reflected his legal, constitutional, and economic thinking. 1. Our Constitution defaced and defiled. A powerful critic of attempts to undermine constitutional values after the emergency era. Authored by Nani A. Palkiwala, first published in 1974. A classic exposition on the importance of protecting fundamental rights. His second book, We the People, a seminal work on the spirit and philosophy of India's constitution. First published in 1984, this book remained a must-read for understanding constitutional democracy. We, the Nation, the Lost Decade, his third book. We, the Nation. We, the People. We, the Nation. Second book is We, the People. Third, We, the Nation, the Lost Decade. Published in 1994, this volume continues his critique on governance, civil liberties, and national priorities. Nani Palkhivala selected writings. Compilation of essays and articles selected and edited by L.M. Singhvi, M.R. Pai, and R. Ramakrishnan. Offers insight into his writings on law, policy, and public life. India's Priceless Heritage, fifth book, focuses on India's cultural and legal heritage and its importance to a democratic society. First published in 1980. Sixth, Essential Unity of All Religion, a philosophical work exploring religious harmony and constitutional pluralism. First published in 1990. 7. Nani A. Palkiwala, Early Writings, 1937 to 1947. A 2023 LexisNexis edition of his early writings and articles, including his formative constitutional, economic, and legal reflections. Compiled by Palkiwala's Memorial Trust, offering a rare peek into his adolescent ideas and early influence. Books about Nani A. Palkiwala. These volumes are authored by authors, scholars, practitioners, and contemporaries to celebrate, analyze, or document his life, advocacy, and impact. Nani A. Palkiwala, A Life, biography by M.V. Kamath. A comprehensive account of his personal life, legal career, constitutional battles, and a public influence. Chronicles his journey from a brilliant lawyer to a constitutional stalwart. Ninth book, A Judiciary Made to Measure. Edited and published by Nani A. Palkiwala himself in 1973, now reprinted by the Nani A. Palkiwala Memorial Trust. Though authored, edited by Palkiwala, its main focus is his commentary on the judiciary's role and the need for constitutional fidelity. 10. Nani Palkiwala, The Courtroom Genius, by Soli J. Sorabji and Arvind P. Datar. A narrative on his legal journey, major cases argued, constitutional, tax and public law, and stylistic brilliance as an advocate. Provides unique insight into his most significant court appearances. 11. The Wit and Wisdom of Nani A. Palkhivala. Compiled by Jignesh R. Shah. Introduction by Y.H. Malegam. Includes quotations from his speeches and writings, arranged subject-wise for inspiration and reflection. Available in a concise, readable format. 12. Essays and Reminiscences, a fascicule in honor of Nani A. Palkiwala, 1920 to 2002. Edited by Arvind P. Datar, Justice Sujata Monor, Justice S.A.S.N. Variva, and others. A collection of scholarly essays and personal reminiscences celebrating his contribution to law, policy, and legal ethics. 13. Nani Palkiwala, a tribute. Edited volume by Kumar Nilendra, featuring memories, tributes, and reflections from eminent jurists, scholars, and contemporaries. Contains essays on his impact on law and constitutionalism. 14. Nani Palkiwala, a selected writings, earlier editions. Earlier editions by L.M. Singhvi, M.R. Pai, and S. Ramakrishnan, often listed in bibliographies, highlights selected essays spanning constitutional, economic, and civil liberties themes. 15. Other lesser known or tribute works. Nani Palkiwala, a role model by Major General Narendra Kumar. Nani Palkiwala, God's Gift to India by Dharmendra Bhandari. The Legend of Nani Palkiwala by M.R. Pai. Nani Palkiwala, a Masonry by Suresh Balakrishnan. 100 witty quotes by various editors. These have been listed in bibliographies of centenary tributes and scholarly recollections. Notes and contents. Some books are authored by Palkiwala, focusing on constitutional philosophy, civil liberties, tax laws, and national issues, reflecting his dual roles as a jurist and public intellectual. Others are bibliographies or commemorative collections useful for understanding his life, legal style, impact, and judicial philosophy. Many of the tribute volumes were released by the Nani A. Palkiwala Memorial Trust, which organize annual lectures and foster study of his work. Suggestions for readers. For his own voice and ideas, start with We the People. Our Constitution defaced and defiled. Nani A. Palkiwala, early writings 1937 to 1947. For analysis of his life and impact, read Nani A. Palkiwala, A Life by Kamath. Nani Palkiwala, A Courtroom Genius, Sorabji and Dada. Essays and Reminiscences, Pastichip. So these are the great contribution by my guru Nani Palkhivala. I'm stopping here. Screen sharing. Print. This is the Corporate Law Mahotsav, last 7 flower in the name of Nani Palkhivala. Today we organize here Bhandara dinner also. Preparation is going outside at 5:30. Between 5:30 to 6, Bhandara will start. If it's possible for audience to come for Bhandara, just have a prasad here. Very soon we will come. Manoj, you can unmute yourself now. Very soon we will come with Women's Law law series on the occasion of International Women Day. And in the month of September, late legend Ramjet Malani's birth anniversary was there, will be there. So we will organize like 7 days like this Mahotsav on criminal law also. And on different occasions, Nani Palkhivala National Law Club always try to imbibe the legal principle, constitution, democracy, everything among the people. And as a lawyer in Supreme Court, it is our prime duty to support to all this. I'm requesting to all the lawyers in India, if possible, you start this Nani Palkhivala National Law Club's movement in your particular city. You just give us a mail or give us a call or give us a message. We will give you the charter, which will be affiliated to our National Law Club. And your activity we will publish on our platform also. And collectively, we will do this great task of this great luminary, legal luminary. Okay, over to you, Advocate Manoj.
Thank you. Thank you, visitors. So we have such a great celebration for Nani Palkhivala. I, on the behalf of Nani Palkhivala National Law Clubs, welcome you all for the upcoming webinars that the sir has told regarding the criminal and women empowerment. As the courses started, the workshop initially, the sir has given about the different case laws which has been argued by the Nani Palkhivala. Then we gone through all the list of books which is dedicated to him. And in one umbrella, we get the list of all the books so that we can refer these books and get more from that books. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you to all.
Thank you. Thank you.